So Nintendo just dropped a full reveal trailer for the LEGO Super Mario set, and it looks pretty freaking cool. And like with any good Mario trailer, it's hiding a shocking amount of secrets and detail. So much so that we had to call upon the All Analysis machine to uncover it all. Yeah, you heard me right, we're analyzing Legos, baby. So let's get to it.
Lego Mario time!
You said it, Mario. So at its very core, the Mario LEGO set seems to be built around the idea of making your very own Mario stages. It's really more like LEGO Super Mario Maker. And like that game, you're even able to bounce and bop your way through these stages too, interacting with various objects along the way. And get this, Mario even reacts to the various set pieces too by making different sounds and facial expressions. And it's all thanks to a small speaker and tiny screens embedded in his eyes and mouth, along with another on his chest that acts as a general purpose display. They all work in unison to bring Mario to life, such as how you can see him blinking or looking at objects of interest, like this warp pipe when he enters it. It's some pretty impressive stuff, but how it all works is a little bit more mysterious. Now, what we do know is that nearly every object that Mario can interact with seems to have a little square marker on it. It looks a bit like a QR code. And to that point, if we slow down this clip, we can see what appears to be a light emitting from Mario and reflecting off the marker, which even seems to bounce off and illuminate Mario himself. So we're guessing that there may be some kind of camera pointed downward from Mario's overalls that's able to read these markers, with a light being used to illuminate them even when in shadow, such as would be the case for the warp pipes. And sure enough, we can see a marker resting at the bottom of one in this top-down view too. It all seems to be a little similar to how the scanners work at grocery stores. Now, Mario himself is powered via batteries that, sadly, aren't included inside the kit according to the fine print. And interestingly, we even get a glimpse of what Mario's eyes will look like without any power at all. Yeah, they're pure darkness. It's a little freaky. Now, if we take a look at the backside of Mario, we can see what might be the battery compartment on his head, along with a speaker and two buttons, one to power him on and the other for Bluetooth. But its exact function remains a mystery. Maybe it can be used to connect to a LEGO Mario app on your phone to track things like high scores. Or perhaps it'll be used to update Mario's firmware to be compatible with future LEGO sets. But hey, we're really just speculating. Also, did you catch that his hat is removable? Now, Mario has worn quite a few hats over the years, so maybe he'll be able to do the same in LEGO form too? Or if not, he can go capless at the very least. Now, in true Mario form, the LEGO set can be played as an actual Mario game. By plopping Mario into the warp pipe, it'll kickstart the Mario theme along with a 60-second timer, in which your goal seems to be to defeat as many enemies and collect as many coins as possible before reaching the flagpole at the end. And in a neat touch, the music even speeds up in the final 15 seconds, very similar to the games themselves. It's a super cool setup. So let's take a closer look at the various obstacles you'll encounter along the way. And let's begin with the enemies, including a few that are super easy to miss. And first up, we of course have a Goomba, complete with a scan marker on its head, allowing you to stomp it. You might also notice that there's a little Goomba icon in the corner of that marker too. And this clip offers a really good look at how Mario will react to stomping enemies, where in this case we hear a squish sound as a bop animation plays on his chest, before awarding Mario a coin. And did you catch that Mario actually clenches his teeth and looks down at the Goomba as he destroys him, before putting on a smile as he collects his coin? Who knew Mario enjoyed his murderous rampages so much? Calm down there, Dexter. Next, we have a Shy Guy with detachable legs, but this time his scan mark is actually located on his back, which we can just barely see in this scene, meaning you'll have to topple him over first before you can stomp him. The same goes for the easy to miss appearance by Koopa Troopa, as his scan mark is just barely visible on his shell in this shot. Next, we have a Blooper that's also super easy to miss, with his scan marker also being located on his back. And that's also the case for the Lava Bubble enemy here too, as we can see its scan mark on its back in this scene. Although we do wonder if you might be in for a bad time if you try to stomp it, as you normally can't do that in the games themselves, on account that, you know, they're made of lava. Oh, and did you spot the barely visible Monty Mole down here? Like with the Goomba, his weak spot is on his head. Now, our next two enemies are a little bit more involved. First up is the Piranha Plant, which you can only defeat by stomping a lever directly in front of it, which will cause it to retreat into its pipe, exposing a marker that you can scan for a coin reward. It's pretty darn clever. And its marker also has an icon of a Piranha Plant on it too, so it seems each enemy will have a unique one. There's also a red handle behind it, which might be involved in how you set it up initially, but we're not quite sure. And then of course we have Bowser Jr., who uses a similar technique. Stomp the nearby lever to topple the tower he's standing on, allowing you to then finish him off by stomping his shell. But it seems like it'll take 2 bops to take him out before you can collect your coin reward. And look at how happy that makes Mario. Seriously, how is it that Mario expresses more emotion here than any of the new Super Mario Bros. Games? Now there's even more to interact with here than just enemies, such as Yoshi! Although it does seem that you won't be interacting with him directly. Instead, you'll have to scan a marker nearby to make Mario feel some of that Yoshi love. Aww! Then there's a question block, which starts a Mario Kart-like roulette wheel on Mario's chest screen that eventually rewards 10 coins. So the question is, does that amount randomly change? Or more importantly, can you get anything else beyond coins? Like say a power-up or something. Then we have this bridge that swings around like a fire bar, which not only starts playing the castle theme as you do so, but also awards coins along the way. And speaking of the castle, check this out. When Mario touches down on the red lava piece, he catches fire as you can see on his chest screen, and then dies, as indicated by the X's in his eyes. Now what's really interesting about this, besides the fact that Lego Mario can die, is that there wasn't actually a marker there for Mario to scan. So how did he know they landed on lava? Well, our guess is that the camera can also read colors too, and can use that to determine the type of terrain he's on. After all, elsewhere in the trailer, we can see green hills shown on his chest screen, which likely represents the green grassland tile set, as further suggested by the tree and flower decorations we can see around the board. And we imagine something similar happens for the blue pieces too, which obviously represent water, as indicated by the coral and blooper here. And finally, that leaves only the yellow pieces left, which we're guessing represents the desert, as indicated by the cactus decorations. Now this might be a good time to note that the fine print at the end of the trailer states that this isn't all just one single Lego set, but is actually made up of several. So maybe they'll be split up based on theme like grassland, desert, water, and castle? It's impossible to say for sure. Anyways, there are other decorative elements too, such as lit torches in the castle and various floating elements elsewhere like clouds and bricks, which is achieved by connecting them to these see-through plastic stands. Neat! A similar effect is used underwater with the blooper and this coral piece, giving the appearance that it's actually swimming. And then we have this mysterious purple toad house, which as it turns out is mostly a flat facade as exposed in this top-down view. But interestingly, it does seem to have the same circular marker out front as a piranha plant lever. So can you physically interact with it in some way? Finally, the level wraps up with what else but a flagpole, which after scanning the nearby marker, causes the Mario flag to rise on his chest screen before playing the victory fanfare and then displaying your total coin count. Yeah, you just completed a full Mario level made out of Legos. If that isn't cool, I don't know what is. Now, before we wrap it up, there is one more thing I wanted to point out. Did you hear those Lego bricks clicking together at the start and end of the trailer? Well, did you catch that they're actually clicking together to the tune of the Super Mario Bros. Theme? See? Pretty rad, right? And there you have it. That's everything we could dig up in the LEGO Super Mario trailer. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that subscribe button and ring that bell for more on LEGO Super Mario and everything else Nintendo too. We'll catch you later. Bye. You guys thought you were rid of me, didn't you? What's up everyone, Andre here with a post-analysis commentary, I guess? I don't know. Full disclosure, I just want to get this video to 10 minutes. My video came up a little bit short, but after spending 7 hours on note-taking and editing it all together, I just had to get this video to the 10-minute mark. So yeah, I'm gonna offer just a few final thoughts on the LEGO set here, and I love it. I really do like what they're doing here. It's such a cool idea of making these Mario stages where you can not just build them yourself, but you can play them yourself. Obviously in a very pretend, imaginary-like fashion, but it really does seem perfect for LEGO. And there's such a cool technology they're using here too, with the whole scanner thing. I know I mentioned in our discussion, which I had just woken up for, by the way. I threw out a few ideas for how they were doing it, and after watching it again, I'm like, oh, that's how they're doing it. So yeah, ignore what I said in the discussion. It seems like, as far as I can tell, it seems like it is camera-based, in that it's reading those icons, and it just seems like a really cool idea to have Mario react to what you're doing with him in the physical world. It feels a little augmented reality-ish, almost. I mean, not to the same extent, but it does remind me a little bit of it. So yeah, I'm really excited to really like see more of Lego and what other kits are going to do with Mario. Hopefully they expand it to beyond just Mario and do other Nintendo stuff. I'd love to see a Zelda set, love to see Metroid, do Donkey Kong, sure, why not? But yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this analysis. There was a lot more there than I thought at first, and I'm like, man, there's quite a few things hidden in there. Some really sneaky too, so hopefully I pointed out some things you guys didn't notice yourselves. In fact, that little song I pointed out at the end with the clicking, I didn't even catch until I was about done with this video. I went back and rewatched it, but I usually listen with it muted when I'm doing the editing. I'm like, oh my god, that's a Mario thing, which I totally missed my first time when watching it. Anyways, I am finally at about the 10-minute mark, so thanks for bearing with me. Hopefully you enjoyed this little post-commentary thing. Let me know if you'd like to hear more of these in future videos, even if I don't need it just to get to the 10-minute mark. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and make sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Catch you later. Bye.